It's Friday, the 11th of February. Actually, it is October, but the way things have been going, it might as well be February. It's like nobody has any money this week. Oh, raccoons. There's a family of raccoons right there by that fence. Too bad you can't see them. Okay, so what happened? Came out on Monday, and I think it took an hour and a half before I got my first call. And it took another hour before I got my second call. Can you see the pattern here? I was getting few trips, and none of them were long. They're all going short distances. Oh, looks like I got a call. And Monday night was just not good. And needless to say, as the night ended, as the night was going on, I was worried that I wasn't gonna do very well at all. In fact, it took until about 2:30 in the morning till I broke even, and then of course at 5 it was over. I think I had 2 fares between 2:30 and 5, and I ended up taking $25 home. Now I'm going to pick up this fare, and I'll tell you about Tuesday after I've done that. Yeah, I'm a bit early for this time call, but that's okay. What happened on Tuesday is that I came out, and it wasn't too long, about, I was in the car for about 5 minutes, got my first call, and that one was going to a concert. And I think the concert is what got a lot of cars moving, because there were a lot of people who went to this thing, and so we were actually quite busy for a Tuesday night. I ended up doing very well. If I'm looking to my right, it's because I'm watching for the people to come out of the door at this place where I'm waiting. Had one customer who got in, and everything I said, she sort of contradicted me. We were talking about the days getting shorter, and I said, yeah, I talked about SAD, and she says, well, I take my vitamin D pills, or some shit like that, when I mentioned that I have the full spectrum light. And then she says, well, don't you get sunburned with that? I know, it's just visible light, it's not UV. If it was UV, you'd feel it, but there's no heat. So anyway, at one point I made a right turn to duck around to avoid a 5-way intersection, and she said, well, why did you go this way? I said, well, to avoid the 5-way intersection. She said, well, this is going out of my way, this is the long way, why'd you do this, take the long way? I said, look, I'm sorry, okay? Then we turned a corner and the traffic light was red, so I paused the meter and I said, look, I'll pause the meter for you, while we wait for the light to change. And she said, well, you didn't have to do that, I can afford the fare. Okay, fine. So we got through 3 green lights in a row, and then she said, and you take the street before the other street, and I didn't understand what she was saying. I said, do you mean we turn right here on Blanchard? She said, no, you're being disagreeable. Why do you have to be so difficult with me? You have an attitude. I'm going, sorry, pardon me, just pull over here, just let me out. Fine, I said. If you're going to be like that, fine. Everyone else that night was okay. Tuesday night went very well. And I ended up taking home about let's see, more than 6 times what I made the night before. Total contrast, night and day, or day and night kind of scenario there. Okay, well, I thought, okay, it's getting better now, the week's getting better. It's gonna be okay. Wednesday was just like the Monday. Completely, totally dead. I had to wait an hour and a half to get a call, and then, you know, I was scared that I wasn't going to break even, but at around 3 I broke even, or was it 3:30? It was really late, and once again I had a couple of fares after that before 5 o'clock when I had to turn the car in. So I had 2 nights of the week where I made $25. And I'm going, oh, what about Thursday? Oh, Thursday I came out. And Thursday was very similar. It was quiet. It was nothing much going on Thursday. And, you know, it took me, once again, until about, I don't know, 1 o'clock, maybe 2 to break even. Yeah, 2:30. But then, of course, I stayed out until 6:30. So the last 4 hours of my shift, which wasn't any screaming hell, it was like $20 an hour. But still, I was able to come home with $75 after working all night, paying my lease. So I don't quite have enough for groceries yet. And now I'm on a time call. These people are supposed to come out 3 minutes from now. So I'm waiting for them. And, you know, a big part of this job is sitting and waiting for people to come out. And now they know I'm here, because after I pulled in, some lady was walking her doggy, and she said, "Are you for?" And then they gave the name. I said, "Yeah." She says, "You're a little early." And I said, "Well, that's okay. You know, I don't mind waiting. I know I've got a fare coming out, and I know I'm always looking to the right. I'm always preoccupied with that." So yeah, as far as the week goes, it's like a week in February. I haven't made a lot of money. I'm surprised and disappointed at the same time. I don't know what's happening. Are people just not doing anything? People not spending anything? Maybe the weekend, maybe tonight will be good. It's Thanksgiving on Monday, so Monday night might be good. We'll be going out for dinner on Sunday night to a friend's place. And here they come, I believe. Oh, it's 6:30 in the morning. It's been a long one. I worked since I talked to you last. When I picked up, I waited for that old lady to come out of the building. She came out, and with a walker, and her daughter was with her, and so we loaded the 2 of them in the car, and we took them down to the McPherson Playhouse, where they went and saw John Cleese, of all people, at the Playhouse. And the old lady wanted to pay with Taxi Saver coupons, and Taxi Saver coupons are just a bit of a hassle, you know. Just a bit of a hassle. And so we were going through the Taxi Saver coupons. The old lady was paying with these things, and her daughter was outside of the car already waiting for her with the walker and everything. And I needed the lady's identification card so I could you know, put down what her number was on the account, and so on and so on. was a little bit difficult, but it took a little bit of time, and the daughter was getting impatient. I actually had a nice chat with the old lady, and the daughter kind of sat in the back and didn't say anything. I'm pretty sure that John Cleese was the old lady's idea. So then after that, I got sent to a bar, and right away, you know, you take a call downtown. Next thing you know, it's some guy who's smoking a cigarette. He wants to go in, and I told him, I'm sorry, you can't smoke in my car. Oh, well, that was okay with him, but he says, well, you know, I just want to, I'm just having a bad week, he says. He said, my sister's baby was murdered by this man, and the man is going to trial, and I just saw the 2 first days of the trial on TV, and oh, fuck, whatever. And the guy was being, I don't know, he just didn't know what he wanted. He just wanted to get good and drunk, and he was talking about some Aussie bitch who hit him or something. Did he hit me, that Aussie bitch? Whatever, I don't know. Anyway, I was glad to get rid of him. And then, you know, a couple of times I had some kids going out. But, you know, there were a lot of gaps, and it wasn't that busy a night, and I kept getting sent just a long way to get fares that were not that great. I've got I guess, even though it was a slow night, I ended up doing okay. Well, no, not great. I would have liked to have $100 more than what I got. As it is, I'll be taking home less than 200 for a Friday night. For 12 hours of Friday night, less than 200 for myself. I just went through the car wash because it rained, and the car wasn't really dirty, but I washed it up anyway. So yeah, I did have some good luck a couple of times. There was one lady that she wanted to go out to Western Communities at the time when it was early in the night, and I only had like $40 or $50 on, and I needed something bad, and it was a $30 fare out to the other end of Colwood, which was really good. And just when things were slowing down after 3, I got this one call to a house near where I was, not too far away from where I was parked, and there was this blonde came out. She must have been about, I don't know, 40 or so, and she said that she had to go get her wallet, which was in her car, so that she could pay me to take her home. And then we had to determine where her car was, and that was a bit of a job because she didn't know the town. She was from somewhere else. She was visiting, and she said that she's more than a little drunk, but she was very happy, and it was apparently the occasion somebody that she admired a lot had died, and I ended up picking her up from a place where the place belonged to a guy who she thinks this might be the guy, you know. And she just met him tonight. And he was nice to her, or paid her some attention. So it was, in that way, it was good. She made my night. I felt good after driving her. And the last fare I had, it's funny, you know, I was busier now in the morning hours, between 4 and 6 o'clock, than I was in the evening before midnight. And the last one was some kid actually. Well, it was he was around 20 years old. He was going out halfway out the peninsula, so that was good for another $30 at the very end of my shift, which I really needed bad because, like I said, as a whole, the night was a flop and the week was a flop. You know, when you work 5 whole nights and you're taking home less than $500, that's not so good. Well, I've got enough to get some groceries and to fill the gas tank of my little car, and that's all I got. I've had a pretty rotten week. Hope yours is better than mine.